you doing? And we're back. I'm just waiting for my wonderful guest who's going to be joining us. So welcome to Standing in My Truth, part 2. So I have an amazing guy. Not that my first guy wasn't amazing, but this guy, oh, here he is. Talk of the devil. Where is he? I won't say my truth. Can you see that? For Seanie T. Okay, part 2. This is Standing in My Truth, and I've got the most amazing friend of mine, great musician, the one and only Seanie T. In the house. How you doing, Seanie?
Oh, I'm good, girl. I'm good. How are you, babe?
I'm okay. As you can see, I've started a podcast, and it will migrate into a YouTube channel. I've just let you know you will be coming back to talk football, everything football. So you know I can't go have a bloody podcast show or a YouTube channel without having some form of sports in it. Do you know what I mean? But on a regular basis going forward, it is subjects that close and dear to my heart, and having great people like yourself to come on, speak about your truth, what you know about it, and that's why you're here today. So please, without further ado, just give a quick synopsis about yourself so people know who you are.
Okay. I go by the name of Seanie T. I run various music projects within hip hop and dancehall. Basically, majority is more. I don't even know. I can't even say majority, but a lot of people know me in the hip hop world, doing projects like Dark Horizon, put an album called Black Never Since 7 with myself, Rodney P, Estelle, Carline, Steve, Jeffrey, and Father Roots Maneuver. Did I say Father Roots Maneuver? So much name sometimes, but I kind of work with people like Black Twang and everybody. You know what I mean? These are my people that we roll with, that I kind of grew up with in the industry. You know what I mean? Also working with people like MC Creed, my brother MC Creed. He's always been involved in the things that I do.
We're doing it again. I can't do the voice.
Doing it again.
We're doing it again.
That's the greatest slogan ever, in music,
I'm telling you, it's international.
It's its own rock of Gibraltar, It's its own rock, it's its own Kilimanjaro.
Trust me, I promised myself I wasn't gonna laugh like this, but I'm just being myself, standing in the truth. So yeah, this is my Seanie T, and so please embrace him. If you get the chance, please make sure you go and check him out. I didn't hear him mention Dub Pistols in there. We went Dub Pistols.
No, it wasn't that, It was just that as I got to Creed, I was going to start talking about the Dub Pistols, but then you interjected, so.
Sorry, continue.
We started to bust the wheel, doing it again. We started slogan. Hold on, this sun's breaking through.
Sun's beautiful. That's glorious sunshine. I had to cover mine out as well. That was beautiful sunshine.
Yeah.
Like it just really ate. But yeah, so yeah, he did end up
work with the Mighty Dub Pistols, you know what I mean? So big up the whole of the Dub Pistols, Mr. Barry Ashworth, the Iron Man, aka Dave Vader, Tim, oh gosh, Johnny Rockstar. If I miss somebody, they're gonna
throw Jack coming in there.
Jack, the original drummer, Jack's come and gone. We got Just Thomas now. Do you know what I mean? And Mr. Rapper Pom Pom is Just Thomas. You know what I mean? And Billy, the big engineer. You know what I mean? And various producers. You know what I mean? R.I.P. Will that we've done productions.
Beautiful.
Last album.
So you can see Seanie is renowned, folks. So let's not, you know what I mean? So please check him out. Check out Dub Pistols. Check out his album, and he's going to give you more info what we're going to go into. So Seanie, I asked you on because you called me out in July to do the it should be 25 by the way, but it was 30-day push-up challenge. And it's I did it because there's not many challenges I would do, and it was because it was to do with mental awareness. It was to do with people with anxiety, panic attack, even though it's suicide was the main frame behind it. But to get to suicide, you have to have one of those three. You don't just get up one day and decide, I am suicidal, goodbye world. There is, it's a format. I know it sounds ridiculous to say it like that, but there really is. So the question I'm going to ask to you today, there's a few questions I really want to get your input on is, why did you choose TONIC, and tell people about TONIC?
Working with the Dove Pistols, right? We always came across. They put on a gig that we've done for them many years ago. So big up Steph, big up Dawny Dawn, Ma Langen, Grandpa Langen, and the whole of the staff at TONIC Music. You know what I mean? Music for mental health, I should say. They were just good to me. You know, people is good people. You know, people are just good people.
Yeah.
You're just like,
yeah.
I tell you something. Ma Langen, all right. She is she's part of the whole TONIC Health, but she is Steph's mum, and she's a grandmother. She just treated me like I was a grandson from I met her, you know.
Yeah.
And check this out, right? Check this out. One year I met her, and I had some back pains. I had a bit of a bad back. You know, the next time I met her, she bought a gel for me. You know, like a grandma would do.
Yeah.
She bought a gel for me and said, "Look, last time I met you, your back was, you know, your granny said, just rub that by your back and you're good." You know what I mean? It was that moment. I was like, this is incredible. Incredible. So from then it was just good people, you know what I mean? And we just always, you know what I mean, we stayed in contact. And, you know, they just, you know, I was tagged in, and I just thought, like, to do the push-up scenario that we was doing for mental health, I just thought, let me do it for TONIC. Let me raise some awareness for TONIC, because, you know what I mean, it's really not that deep. You know what I mean? If I can help, I help. Let's say, you know, no, not for you. See what I'm trying to say to you? If I can help, I help. So it's not like I have to think, I have to anything. Okay, let's do something. It's simple. You know what I mean? People complicate things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They do, don't they?
It's something that you can just put straightforward and easy.
Yeah.
So I decided,
you know what? It resonated. It didn't just resonate with me. It's once you started that ball rolling, everyone started to, and there was people that I didn't choose them, or it just like, it literally was like this whole dominoes effect, and everybody was doing some form of a challenge for mental awareness. And it's that it took COVID, us to be locked down to recognize that. Does that make sense?
No, I hear you.
It was more prominent. I mean, people have been doing this for a while, don't get me wrong, but I found that not just you, it was you and various few people were doing various challenges. But once we hit home with the mental health, that stigma was gone, because for years mental health has been a stigma, and you must agree with that. If someone said, "Boy, Seanie, you're mad, you know," you'd be like, "No, sir."
But all the time you're demonstrating certain traits that tells you that something's wrong with that person. So
that's what I'm saying.
Then they want to brave it out, they want to tough it out because you know what I mean, because there's a stigma attached to it, and say, boy, a man's gonna feel something weak if they know say something. You know what I mean? You're not weak, you're a human being, and pressure each. It's as simple as that. You've got pressures on your head, and sometimes just a conversation will help. Do you know what I mean? Or do you know what I mean? Just being around people and being able to just let go of some thoughts that, you know what I mean? It's not easy for everybody. And, you know, they always say, especially for men, it's not easy for men because men have to be tough and brave. Yeah, I agree. Men must be tough and you must be brave, but you're only human. So that's got nothing to do with you being tough and brave in reality, you know?
Yeah. I like that. Have you come across and there's no need to be divulging because it's not here about outing anybody, but in your time, because, you know, people need to know that I was speaking about this earlier, being a musician, or let's just say a creative person,
Yeah.
So whether you be a painter, you know, a writer, a singer, a producer, what you do for your creativity is here. It's this,
Yeah.
and you wear it on your sleeve. You wear it in your heart, and it's out there for everyone to see it. It's not like you can just write and then just go, oh, you know, because somebody wants to know about you, and
Yeah.
somebody wants to understand. Do you have you ever come across anyone in the industry who you know that they could have had needed help, or and were you there to help them, or have you ever come across a time where you felt that you struggled but you couldn't find anyone around you because of what you do to help you?
All right. Let's put it this way. I know of a couple of people, and I have helped, but I'm not prepared to say.
No, no,
I
no, I
can't.
don't want you to. That's the thing. I just want to know,
Good, but
how did you approach it? What do you know? You don't have to say that, but you know, how? Because
okay.
people need to know. How does someone
I
help
just,
me?
I
How
just
who
made
can I talk to?
I just made sure I was there by their side.
There
You
you go.
understand? When I saw it, and you could just rely on me,
Yeah,
whatever you need. You understand? You're calling me up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
there you
You
go.
can rely on me. You know what I mean? You need help. I'm there in a second for you. Just let you know that you're not alone. You know what I mean? That was it. I have a situation at the moment where my nephew, really, we call him my nephew. You know what I mean? You know, family stay already.
Yeah,
The adopted
yeah,
family.
yeah.
You understand? He has had an episode this year and he had to be hospitalized. Yeah. And he's only a young man of
Oh,
16.
bless him.
You know, so these things are closer to home than you thought. So there's before that even happened to him, my heart was in it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, to try and help, and it's not easy. You know, you just got to make sure that you're there for people if people need help, and even if you need, listen, you need me to drop you to, you know what I mean, we need specialist help. What can I do to get you
To
this help?
point you there, yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you
just
think
those type of
also
things.
with the youths of today? Because I'm sure you'd agree, when we were growing up, and you said it earlier, you know, we had to be tough. And I'm not just talking about men as well. It was like your grandmother beat you until you said, be yourself, man, snap outside, da 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 da.
Yeah,
You know, do you
yeah,
understand what I'm saying? Or if you were acting up, which is not even acting up, it's you actually had a problem. But our generation and, you know, they weren't allowed to show emotions or affections, which I think has gone in generation, has continued. I think it's continued. It's only
well,
now that someone has opened the flood doors and said, I can't do this alone. I can't do this anymore. Do you know what I mean? I need help. Please, somebody talk to me. The youths of today, I genuinely believe, are crying out for that. I genuinely
definitely.
believe that, um, you know, that whole stigma of, nah, man, I can't tell nobody. I can't, you know, it's still embedded in the youths. It doesn't matter what color, it's just embedded in the youths. And, you know, it's either they commit suicide
Yeah,
or they just go off the rails and they'll smoke or they'll do drugs
yeah,
or they'll drink heavily or they'll get themselves into relationships that they don't even need to be in,
yeah,
because
unhealthy.
they're looking for something. They're looking for something because they're not. I don't want to knock anyone per se. Something's trauma's happened in their life, or the parenting hasn't been exactly that. You know, there's no guidance, and so they'll
Yeah,
look to somebody else to give them guidance, and that person who they've probably gone to ain't the one. Ain't the one. It just takes them down a different path. So they're
yeah.
struggling with, from childhood, they've come into teenager, they're probably just hitting into their 19s or 20s or even younger. Do you see, I mean, this is me just saying it. Do you think that mental health issues sits within that age group?
Yeah, like, all right, definitely. You know, backgrounds, growing up, cultural differences,
Yeah,
pieces of life, peer pressures. But one of the things I had this conversation. I was doing a radio interview about 3 4 weeks ago, and one thing I know is sometimes what you touched on it. They turn to smoking now. This is one of the things that I think is affecting a lot of the young boys' brains. Is smoking this strong ass weed.
yeah,
It's too strong for your young brain.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's made in a laboratory. So you must got to realize it's no different than crack if you're going to
Wow.
make it in a lab. You understand? And
Yeah.
that's going to affect your mentality. And I've known many, many youths that's gone off the rails mentally, I should say, if I can say it that way. And it's just due to smoking. It's too hard. You
Yeah.
got pressures in, and you're smoking this hard drug, and it's compounding even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's worse. You understand? So that's one of the things definitely I feel. And I can say that I'm not a doctor or anything. I'm talking about life experiences showing me them
That's
things.
what I
Because
want to hear.
many, many years ago with certain youths that I know that was just down to earth youths, and all of a sudden they're walking up and down, he's got no top on, walking down the high road, screaming and talking to himself. But those were the youths that you was 15 and you were showing off and you were smoking and you was acting like you're the man because you can smoke. You're not even smoking for yourself, you're smoking to show people that you can smoke and you feel so you're big.
Right?
And so that's you now tapping into peer pressure. Let me show my people I'm down. And then something goes wrong and you got no one to talk to again. And so yeah, it's
And
your environment.
it's funny, the people that they're showing off to are the ones now laughing at them.
Yeah.
And they're not helping them.
Yeah, for real.
They're not
For a true friend will stand by your side and he will even tell you, listen, brother, you've got body odor. Do you understand? A true friend will tell you because he doesn't want you to go in a circle amongst people and you understand? So you stink and everybody say, oh, that's that bad smell or whatever. You understand? A true friend will just tell you what the truth is, you know, whether you like it or not. And so a lot of these guys, these are not your true friends. So look into your circles, you understand, as well. Because these things make you do things that's really not conducive to your true self and your true life. And that puts the pressure. It always leads back to this. It will always lead back to this. And once there's too much pressure up here, you know what I mean? What they say about pressure bust pipe?
Yes. Yeah, pressure bust pipe.
You understand? So that's all that's happening really, you know, it's an explosion up here. And so we got to attack it from before it happened. Prevention is better than cure. You know what I mean? So
how do you though? So, you know, look, we're in COVID. I don't know. I think within COVID, I don't know if weed is being flown in or wherever it comes from or whoever's got their weed, right? I don't know. But what I'm saying is, could you imagine that you can't go out, but the only thing you've got is the weed? Let's just say for argument's sake, and the chronic and your bottle of Hennessy or whatever is your tipple, and you're only what, 17, 18? Is that the life?
Yeah, do you know what? That's a very difficult one. It's a very, very difficult one, what you said there, because that's a real reality. You ain't got nothing.
Is. I'm not making that up.
So you've got two things poisoning your mind immediately.
Right.
One's a legal, one's an illegal high, but they're both poisoning your mind.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. You know what I mean? What would be my answer to that? I don't know. I'm going to say pick up a book or the same internet that you're on. Use it to reach out, because at the end of the day, this is what you're doing right now. You know what I mean? With your truth, you're just bringing awareness to it on a grander scale and using what you've got to. So when people see things like this is the help. So don't just go online on Facebook and Insta and all them thing there and let me look like this Insta model or whatever.
You've got to tap me.
And just get food for thought. Sometimes it's more than you can feed your mind with weed, you can feed your mind with alcohol, but the greatest thing is to feed your mind with knowledge. Absolutely. Do you understand and understand that there might be a problem with myself, and if you can maybe look into yourself, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I don't even have the answers, you understand, but don't just use your internet to floss and to look like something or act like something that you shouldn't be. But it's got to be great podcasts like yourself to make it more commonplace, that people say, you know what, there's a podcast that was talking about this, let me tune into that. Oh yeah, I know her and I can relate. Because yeah, I'm not saying, listen, if you smoke, if you drink, that's what you do.
That's what you do. I mean? No one's telling you not to do it. It's just know yourself.
Yeah, for real.
Know yourself. For real. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you know that you actually had something deep-rootedly going on, is try. I can't say you don't do it. And you are so right. It's really take the time out. So you know what? Let me just park the cup of drink. Let me just park the weed for a little bit. Let me just see how I get on without it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
for
for real.
now. You know,
Yeah. Let me
and if the
try
brain is
something
still
to-
racing, the brain is still racing, it means you actually need to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me
you
turn
know
on my
what
light.
I
Hold
find?
on.
Pen and paper. Go.
Wait there 1 second.
No problem.
No way. Give me 2 seconds. Look at this.
So Shorty's gonna get I
And I wanna, because I have to get something from over here because I gotta show you. You understand? But
beautiful.
we're gonna go into it in a second. That's something to do with tonic. That's all.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so
I was gonna say to you, you said a while ago, which was pick up a book. What I found that helped me again. So you know what I want standing in my truth is to be that we don't speculate too much because we don't live in everybody's lives. But
that's
if we've
right.
seen it and we've witnessed it, is to talk it, and that's why I'm talking. The show is called Standing in My Truth.
Yeah.
It's not, you know. So basically, you're standing in your own truth, telling me something that I actually know is true. You know what I'm
You know,
saying?
can I just say
Write
this?
it down.
Can I just say this? You
Yeah,
know how they used to walk around and say big man thing, big man thing. They say big man thing, and some of them
yeah,
say big woman thing. You
yeah,
understand? I get that. But to be a big man, if you is watching this, to be a big man and you see signs exhibiting in your brethren, or you see your brethren's got, pull him to the side and talk to him.
yeah.
Do you understand? That's a big man
That's a
thing.
big man.
That's a big.
100%.
You could be 17 or 15 or 14 years old. You could be 35 or 50. A big man thing is your actions, you know. Do you understand? And it's about privately taking people apart
Yeah,
and then maybe give them help, which is the knowledge part, what we're talking about. When you say within a book, you might find a book that's or even, you know, I mean, a lot of you don't even want to turn to books. You can use a tablet
yeah,
as your
yeah.
book because
Or
you love the internet.
Google an information and read it.
Give that to your
Okay.
friend. Give that and just
Tap
say,
into
check this out.
somebody. Yeah.
Stop sending me links to people fighting on the street.
Oh,
Send them a link. Send them a link. If you want to send me a link to people fighting on the street, that's what you do. I can't tell you don't do that, but also send him something else.
yeah,
Create a balance because
yeah,
that's what there's an imbalance going on in some of their youth. So
yeah.
that's the kind of knowledge you want to be kind of spreading as well.
Do you also find uh, I can't speak for everybody's use because there's guys out and girls that are just aspiring not to just be influencers on social media. They are
Yeah,
aspiring to want to be graduates, even though graduate schemes are shut down. But they are inspiring to want to do better with themselves, be accountants, etc., etc. And again, this is not about you know, we're not blindsiding anybody with color. This is everybody that we're talking about.
yeah,
And do you also, you know, do you feel that, okay, fair enough, when we were growing up, social media was not there for us. So, and in a way, I'm kind of glad it wasn't because I don't think the knowledge I have now, I wouldn't be able to be where I am. No disrespect.
yeah,
Social media's only heightened what I know. Do you know what I'm saying to you? That's all. But it has taken away some of the substances that we should still maintain in our lives, which is moral, you know, some
yeah.
morals, um, and being able to be a community. And and you know, and I'm not trying to go too far away from the subject of mental, but it when you think about what I just said, the morals and the community, and they say it takes a village to grow a child. You remember back in the
Definitely.
day, right?
Yes,
Because you know
definitely.
if you're out of order, auntie is coming and stunting. And you
That's
know some
right.
uncle will come and he's bumping,
Yeah,
right? You
that's
ain't
right.
getting that anymore. You understand?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
even if
for
the
real.
youth is or a girl child is at the age of 14 talking up to man and you know adding condoms and you know the parenting skills has literally just lost its way, you know, do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You'd like
yeah.
to think that the younger the